During the Trump administration, the Republicans been laying down policies that straight up hurt people of color and women. Look at the stats. Black and Hispanic families seeing their incomes lagging way behind white families. We gotta ask, where's the justice in policies that keep hitting us harder? And what about police brutality, voting rights, and immigration? These issues hit our communities the hardest, but seem like they're getting brushed under the rug. Then there's the attack on reproductive rights, defunding Planned Parenthood, and mess with our access to health care. Ain't that just taking away our choices and freedom? Gotta wonder, whose side are they really on? Make America great again, taking us back to a better time. But where are they taking us to? First, let's talk about the immigration policies. The Trump administration's so-called tough stance on immigration, like the travel ban hitting mostly Muslim nations and the controversial move to split families at the US-Mexico border, hit immigrant communities hard, especially people of color. Trump's campaign talk, dissing immigrants, added to the vibe of being unwelcome among minority groups. What about racial justice and policing? Trump's reactions to protests against racial injustices, like slamming NFL players taking a knee and not calling out white supremacist violence, got called out for making racial divides worse. Rolling back Obama-era moves to change how cops operate, like easing up on consent decrees, made people wonder if the administration was really serious about tackling racism and law enforcement. Now, healthcare. Trying to tear down the Affordable Care Act, Obamacare, without another plan hit women hard, especially women of color who count on Obamacare for stuff like birth control and pregnancy care. Those policies that made it easier to skip covering contraception on religious or moral grounds made it tough for women to get the health care they need. Education, probably the most impactful for generations. Trump's moves to reverse affirmative action guidelines and back policies that make it harder for diversity in schools, like putting limits on race-conscious admissions. This took opportunities away from students of color. Critics said Betsy DeVos, the education secretary, pushing for school choice, ended up hurting public schools in neighborhoods with mostly minority students. What was Trump's economic policies? Really? While talking up a storm about the economy, Trump's policies mostly helped out the rich and big companies, leaving folks of color and women behind. Tax cuts mostly went to the wealthy, and plans to slash safety net programs risked making things even harder for low-income people, a lot of whom are people of color and women. Let's remember some quotes from Donald Trump. When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, and some, I assume, are good people. I think the NFL owners should do something about it. It's very disrespectful to our flag and to our country. You also had people that were very fine people on both sides. I can tell you, I have the support of the police. There are poisoning the blood of the country. The Trump administration and the Republican policies did us wrong, plain and simple. They are no friend to people of color or women, leaving us behind and pushing us down at every turn. They talk big, but their actions speak louder, chipping away at our rights, our dignity, and our futures. We've been fighting, and we're gonna keep on fighting because we deserve better than what they've been dishing out. It's time to rise up, stand together, and demand the change we need. We ain't gonna be silenced, and we ain't gonna be ignored. It's our time to shine, to reclaim what's rightfully ours, and to build a future where every voice is heard and every person is valued. Oscar the Old Guy, life coach and ALS warrior.
Support the channel, subscribe, like, comment, and share.